What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Real quick, I need to follow up on this post that I wrote on my comment in my comment section on my YouTube channel, and it's about all the Black British content creators and the African Black content creators and the apparently British accent having Australian content creators. I notice, it's something that's been going on. I noticed that you guys mostly talk about what we doing over here in America, right? The drama was going on, the racism that's happening in America, the things that we dealing with, and all that, right? And at the same time, you guys also, complain that African Americans are ignorant on what's going on with you guys, right? You guys say, oh, African Americans think they're, the stars, or they think they're, special, or they think they're better than everybody else, or, in some cases, y'all African Americans who really do believe that shit. Like, they're ignorant as fuck, right? I get it. Right, but here's the problem, all right? And this is we in the settings right now. This is a Pan-African conversation. It's not fair that you African content creators are just purely monetizing off of the drama in the African American community, right? When you guys don't share what's going on in your communities, right? We're always, African Americans, we've been on stage this entire time. And that's how you know about us. We obviously inspired you guys. Like some of you guys say, we're your big brothers. We understand. But in a family, a big brother still needs to know what little brother's doing. If you guys look at us as big brother, right? And you want us to understand and empathize with your plight, empathize with your perspective, empathize with your view, you're going to have to tell us something. We can't assume we don't know. Just like you, we are subservient to American TV, okay? And even with the internet, we are subservient to American internet, and certain things are blocked. Like, for instance, when I'm in Nigeria and I look at Nigerian media, and I'm just amazed at how similar African Americans and Nigerians are as far as how we entertain ourselves, how we view comedy, how we're about 99% the same. If you were to go to Nigeria and see pure Nigerian media, right? You turn it on, you put it on mute, you'll think you're watching BET. Right? But if I come to Nigeria, I can't find these channels. These stations are not here. There's no way African Americans have access to see the true culture of Nigeria. The only part of Nigeria African Americans can see is the shit that show on CNN when all the way in the north you got Boko Haram and the French-backed terrorist organizations trying to destabilize the north in order to steal land from those houses, in order to steal all the riches in that area. Right? That's the only time you hear about Nigeria. You'll see it on film. You just see a desert. You don't see the beauty. You don't see the developed areas. You don't see the skyscrapers. You don't see the clubs. You don't see the nightlife. You don't see none of that. Right? Because the media, which we don't control, doesn't show us that. So how is any African American going to know that a country like Nigeria has skyscrapers, has roads that are better than American roads in some places? How we know that if you guys are not showing it? If you guys are not displaying the best y'all have, right? And that goes for every other country, is Ghana and various other countries, right? Or the Black British, right? African Americans don't know anything about you guys, all right? But you guys know everything about us. And I understand that the reason why there's a lot of Black British actors, which I love Black British. Look, I have zero problems with Black British actors coming to America and performing roles performing roles of historical Black figures. If you can do it, it's called acting. If you can play the part, because African Americans been playing African kings and playing African parts too. We've been doing that. It's better than having them white folks pretend. How many years have we had them white folks play Africans, huh? And they get mad. Look, like for instance, you got the Odyssey coming out right now, right? They made Hella made Hella black. All the white people on in there get mad talking about wokeness, when in fact none of them white people, all right, those are Anglo-Saxon barbarians who the Greeks would consider savage barbarians. And those Greeks back in those days were more related to me than them. But because they use cognitive dissonance and they don't have any history to be proud of, as far as they're concerned, they steal Greek and Roman history and act like it's their history. It's not their history. So to be honest, everybody in Odyssey don't belong there. Most of the black people and the light-skinned black people and the brown and the Latinos fit more the role than any of those lily pale ass white people that could not be in the Mediterranean without FPF 1000. All right, that's just the truth, right? So I don't mind a black person, no matter who it is representing us. I don't mind. As you could do the job and do it respectfully, I don't mind it, right? And it happens the same thing on the white side. There's a lot of white. Look at Hugh Jackman. Fuck, goddamn, freaking Wolverine. He's not a white American. He's a goddamn Australian or something like that, or British. There's a lot of British actors, and the thing is, I know one thing I do know is that British people have a very good school, acting school, right? You guys take acting and theater very seriously, so you guys perfect your craft. So that's why y'all so successful, because y'all take that shit real seriously, because y'all don't have as many opportunities as we have. We have so many different avenues over here for entertainment or to excel. We can play football, basketball, we got the music industry that's ridiculous and all. So we got so many avenues. I understand over there you are limited, right? So the things that you do have, you guys perfect that, right? And that's cool, right? But other than that, we don't know anything about you guys. We don't know the dynamics between the Jamaicans and the Africans. Like, that shit is shocking, right? We didn't know that there was black people in Ireland. Y'all don't tell us shit. You black British people over there been watching African American movies. Y'all been watching our shit. Y'all been, and I don't mind emulation. We all emulate each other. I don't believe that any black people can culture vulture any other black person's. Like that's low level thinking. That's level 1 thinking. If you are a black person and you think another black person can cosplay you, then you're a low level thinker. You think like an elementary school child, right? And your thought and your opinions are not respected, right? Just like that. I'm an adult, right? I'm proud to see other black people play and represent other black people, no matter where they're from, no matter what language they speak, because I'm an adult and I'm proud of my black people. But it would be nice, right? It would be really nice if there was a black British. I'm saying black British, but I know I'm thinking that's not right? Because there's different kind of people, and I know, like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say British. I don't know if I'm supposed to say England. I don't know if I'm supposed to say Wales. I don't know what to say. None of us Americans know what to call you guys over there, right? We know you're over there, and as far as we're concerned, you guys do look like our little brother. Like, you emulate us. You remember, you are at the homeland of the white supremacists. You live in the center and the homeland of the white savage barbarian, where he's from, okay? We live with the white savage barbarian that fought against your white savage barbarians in order to enslave us and not pay the crown, that criminal white family in there that got all those African jewels in that fucking palace and all those Indian jewels in that damn palace, a representation of their murder, rape, and pillage over centuries of years, a criminal family in the UK that gets deified by the white people. Those people, our white people said we didn't want to pay those white people. So our white people fought and died to separate from those white people, their own brothers and sisters. We have a holiday called 4th of July where white people in America celebrate killing and defeating their own brothers and sisters in order to enslave us and keep all the money. You understand? Like, that's legit. So we are brothers and we are sisters, all right, across the pond. And most of you goddamn people over there, I know you guys are from the Caribbean anyway. And if you're from the Caribbean, that means we are directly brothers and sisters. And a lot of you guys were in the Carolinas, were in the Georgias, were in Floridas, and you were transplanted to the Caribbean, where you didn't join the Red Rush. You went over there and helped rebuild Europe. Like, once again, black people always rebuilding shit, white people destroy. Every time. How many times have we rebuilt civilization for white folk when they fuck it up themselves? How many times? I'm serious. How many times? Tell me in the comment section how many times we have rebuilt civilization after they done fucked it up for themselves. All right, a lot, right? And then I know you got the Africans that are currently going to the UK, right? And they're mixing with the, I guess the Jamaicans and stuff like that. And I got the Somalis, got the East Africans over there. I hear that there's some East African Somali gangs and shit over there, right? And they kind of act a little bit like the Somalis we got over here a little bit. I know the Somalis got like a different personality. They got that some of them with that Arab mix. They got that thing, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like the vibration is not quite there. It's there, but it's like it's off. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I mean, right? I'm not saying they ain't black, right? They black, but there's some air, there's some, you know what I'm saying? right? We got, like, I'm black, but I know I got some European in me. They black, they got some Arab in them, right? You see it. You know, I know my history. I'm a history major. I know them Arabs invaded East Africa, right? I know them goddamn rich-ass camel herders with them goddamn $10 million camels running up and down East Africa. I know about them tribes and shit. I know about them ones that call themselves Ethiopian, but ain't really. Them ones that call themselves Somali, they ain't really. When you look at them, you know they from the Arabian Peninsula, right? I know about that. About that whole little, you know, I understand that, right? But you guys don't explain that shit to us. We don't know. We running in all kind of landmines talking about you guys, right? We don't know what's going on. When we find out what's going on in Africa, it's because some African American went over there and found out. And we got to tell ourselves, you African, you continental Africans ain't got shit to say when white people go over there and criticize your countries. Y'all ain't got shit to say when white people go over there and make poverty porn and go to the worst dilapidated parts of your countries and they show starving babies and this and that. They do all of that. Y'all never have no smoke for them. Y'all don't make no videos about it. Y'all don't say, oh, white people disrespecting us. Oh, I'm tired of white people disrespecting us. I'm tired of white people doing this to us. I'm tired of it. Y'all, I don't hear no, there's like zero smoke. But as soon as a black person that look like you go over there and say, you know what, these roads are messed up. Oh, they ain't got no customer service. Here you go talking about get out of Africa. You don't know colonizer. How the hell are we Africans who were stolen from Africa coming back like fucking heroes after hundreds of years of battle with the demon? How you gonna call us colonizers? Are you crazy? When we come to Africa, we come to build. Now, some of us are weird, all right? I ain't gonna lie. Some of us over there don't know how to build, but they got the thought to build. Some people over there don't know how to talk. They don't know how to say shit out their mouth. But there's a lot of you Africans that don't know what to say out your goddamn mouths either. There's a lot of you Africans that run around with this arrogance that white colonizer gave you when you go places and you get a couple butter biscuits and you wonder why, how come everybody else didn't get these butter biscuits? It's because you didn't understand that you was part of the program. We sitting here trying to tell you, man, hey, y'all was part of the program. You got these arrogant ass Africans in America who are thriving off the backs of my ancestors, got the nerve to talk shit about African Americans. But they don't do shit for their own country. The people who talk the most shit about African countries are African people who left their countries and never went back. Those are the ones, that's where we get our information from. We get all of our bad information from the white people when they show us how y'all starving and they want 75 cents for that starving kid, even though that money, that 75 cents ain't never make it to that kid. And that one African that work IT or work security that been talking shit about Ghana and Nigeria for 15 goddamn years, every goddamn day, while he enjoys all the trappings of America. And none of his ancestors fought for it. None of his ancestors fought for it. He reaped the benefits of it, right? Reaped the benefits of those B1 programs, right? And then talk shit about us and acting like you. Listen, none of you, let me tell you something about you West Africans. West Africans, East Africans, none of you Africans think that you come to America and you actually excel beyond African Americans. You do not. The only reason it seems like that is statistically because there's only so many of you over here, and only but so many of you can get over here because only so many of you are allowed to come over here because only so many of you qualify. You cannot compare people who have the money to travel all the way across the goddamn planet and establish themselves in another state with a local population. Because if that's the case, you can't compare me to, when I go to Nigeria, you can't compare me with the local population. If you want to compare people, you compare the local population of Ghana, the local population of Nigeria, the local population of Ethiopia, the local population of Sierra Leone, the local population of South Africa. I'm talking about the regular, everyday, wake up, go to work, bust their ass, still ain't make enough money, ain't got no damn opportunity. You take that person and you compare that with the African American doing the same over here. And then we compare apples to apples. Don't compare people who got money or got benefit because they got a degree and they come over here because the white man gonna pay your African ass $20,000 less than they pay that African American. Or because that white person want to get a safe African that's not mired by PTSD from the transatlantic slave trade and the slavery in America. You think these white people don't go get you Africans because they know that you're not burnt out like African Americans from all the shit we got to deal with? You fresh niggas. That's what y'all don't get. Just like them Asians, they fresh niggas too. Them Arabs and Indians, all of them fresh niggas. Y'all not better, y'all cheaper. That's what y'all need to understand. You're not superior, you are cheaper. And now the robots can come in and they don't want your ass no more. And now y'all feeling rejected. And that's a problem. So you guys need to start speaking up, right? And y'all need to start telling what's going on with you so we can get involved in your shit. Y'all involved in all of our politics. Y'all involved in all of our entertainment. Y'all involved in all of our fight. Right? And some of you guys are on our side. Some of you guys criticize us and judge us, say we ain't doing the right thing. And it's okay for you guys to judge us. That's fine. But you got to be fair. What's going on with you? From what position are you judging us from? For what stance point are you judging us from? What have you done? What have your people done? What have your tribe done for another group of Africans, right, to be able to criticize African Americans when we make mistakes? Because we are not perfect. We are always on stage. Like right now, we're on stage. Everybody's talking about us. Ain't nobody talking about black British. Ain't nobody talking about black French. Ain't nobody talking about Ghana. Unless it's partying or road or something that's going wrong or something like that. Ain't nobody. There's 50-something countries, 54 countries in Africa. And I don't see 50-something plus content creators making any content, at least explaining us about any type of situation in that country at all. I don't see anybody teaching us about how we should call you. What's the name of your music? You know how many different genres of music are in Africa that we know nothing about because y'all don't talk about it. Y'all just listen to our shit and then y'all listen to Afrobeat. But I know there's more music. How come I can't learn about y'all music? How come I can't learn about some of the foods you make that I can like, damn, that look like the same stuff I make? Huh? How come I can't learn about the dances that you do when you judge us and y'all call us ghetto, but when I go to your goddamn countries and I see y'all shaking your asses the exact same way for the exact same reason, but yet you gotta judge us calling us ghetto because we like to shake our asses over here, knowing damn well shaking asses is what black people do. I don't care where you from, east, north, south, west, central, we shaking ass. Because that's what we do. It's our mating dance. We like to shake our big asses. That's what we like to do. And Ben like to jump on them big ass bum bums. That's what we do. But you judge us and act like y'all don't do this shit. That's the thing that's blowing me. You guys are trying to hide your hand and y'all trying to play ours and call us out. You can't do that. It's not fair. That's not fair at all. You guys need to at least, I understand that the algorithm says that you guys are not interesting. The algorithm says if I talk about my country, I won't get paid. The algorithm says that no one will watch my video. That's what the algorithm says. But how do you know if it's true? How do you know? You know how long I went making positive goddamn content and not getting no spins because drama is mostly the only thing that sells? You know how hard it is to make a video calling black women beautiful? You know how hard it is? You know how many views a video when you title black women are beautiful will get compared to black women are bitches? I can monetize a video saying black women are bitches, right? I may have to get a review saying black women are beautiful. That shit may get a yellow. That may not be freaking acceptable to advertisers. That shit is nuts. And y'all know what I'm talking about because we as black people get blackballed on this white network that we got to use to communicate. We got no choice. We have no choice. But we're going to have to take a stand. Some of y'all are going to have to get some integrity. Be like, you know what? I'm going to at least crank out 1 or 2 videos and talk about my country. I'm gonna crank out 1 or 2 videos and talk about what's going on with my people. If I'm a Jamaican living in UK, I'm gonna crank out 1 or 2 videos to let the African Americans know, hey, you know, this is what's going on over here with us. You know, this is this language we speak, this slang you speak, this is coming from Jamaica. You know, this the relationship we got with these Africans, you know, as Jamaicans in the UK, right? This is the history of us Jamaicans in the UK. Remind us. You should be throwing Windrush down our throats every goddamn day until we're fluent in that shit. We should know that you guys built that. You should be proud of that shit. Every African American should know what Jamaicans did over there in goddamn in the UK. And every African American should know what y'all did in the Panama Canal. We know y'all built that shit. White people taking credit for what you Jamaicans did. Y'all built that whole shit. Y'all built that shit. And we helped too. We built that shit too. But we black people, do you understand us black people had to carve a fucking canal through a goddamn continent for these white folks? Do you understand how amazing we are? Did you know that the U.S. military made a bridge, an impossible bridge in Alaska once? When white folks said they couldn't do it, I think it was either Alaska or the North Pole. They said we couldn't do it. We did that shit. Our military, army engineers. We are the greatest builders in the world. And we should be talking about the shit that we did. Why do we let white people take credit for the shit that we did? It's because the people that did it don't talk about it, that they did it. We letting the information get away from us. So, I need to know, like, we got black Brazil. They got the most black people outside of Africa in Brazil. Why are we not inundated with information about what's going on with black people in Brazil? We all should be locked in. Huh? That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like I feel like the Caribbeans and the African Americans, we pretty much lockstep. Especially on the East Coast. We lockstep because to me, I ain't gonna lie. Caribbeans to me, I've never even felt the difference between me and Caribbeans. There's them niggas from South Florida, as far as I'm concerned. You know, you Caribbean, you from South Florida, right? You look at the corridor where black people are. We all vertically in the same area. We from goddamn New York all the way to goddamn to Trinidad, all of that shit, including the water. But that's Africa. That's our shit. That's Black America. That's us, all of us, right? And we got our brothers and sisters over the UK that had to go over there and deal with them motherfuckers on their homeland. You are brothers too. And the continental Africans, you are brothers and sisters too. We all, like brothers and sisters, need to start communicating with each other and expressing our feelings towards each other in a more responsible, respectful way. Now, we're going to fight. Because I'm going to talk, just because I'm a Pan-African don't mean I'm going to let some African talk shit about my people. I'm proud about African Americans. You better put some respect on African Americans' name because we are motherfucking warriors. There's a reason why you see us. There's a reason why we're always on stage. There's a reason why when we're not on TikTok, guess what? It stops. There's a reason. If we got off the YouTube right now, it would stop. Anything we stop because we always on stage. That's the truth. I'm not boasting. I'm telling the truth. And we've always backed that shit up. We African Americans are about that life. And all we want to do is we want y'all to be about that life. We know the Jamaicans are always about that life. Right? They always about that life. We know the Caribbeans have been about that life. So when I say, and Caribbeans, by the way, they're American because America is a continent. I know people don't know that because they're on level 1, right? But if you're on level 2, you at least know that America is a continent. Canada, all the way down to Peru, all the Caribbean, that's all America. This is one side, is all America. We all Afro-American, right? All of us, right? And we got our own different ethnic and nationalities. Some are Jamaican, some Trinidadian, from Ghanaian, so what? You can be proud of that shit. And you're supposed to be proud of that shit because that's the point of where you sat and you fought the white man and you held your ground. That's the spot where you held your ground. The Jamaicans held their ground right there. The Trinidadians held their ground right there. The Ghanaians held their ground right there. African Americans held their ground in Virginia, Georgia, Maryland, Florida, and Mississippi, and all them other states. We held where we are right now is where we survived. The places that we reside right now is a memorial to where our ancestors survived, lived, and thrived. So we can be proud about that. But at the same time, we got to understand the reason why we was able to do that, because we're all the same. We all African. We all black. That's where our power comes from. So we need to form this goddamn Voltron. But before we can do that, we got to know how all the parts work. Because we don't know. You can't expect African Americans to know how this shit work. Just because we have a lot of knowledge in certain things don't mean we got a lot of knowledge in everything. That's why you got a lot of ignorant African Americans walking around calling themselves Indians and goddamn Hebrew Israelites and everything else but what they are, black. That's why they got a bunch of African Americans walking around calling themselves FBA, a xenophobic, hateful, ignorant group that's being manipulated by white supremacy because they're not smart enough to realize they're being manipulated by their enemy. I see that. And y'all see me as an African American fight against FBA every day as an African American. I represent African Americans to the fullest with straight pride and power, right? But even with that being said, I got to fight against my people, but I got to call you out when a spade is being a spade. I have no respect for any African that stands on the back of my ancestors and criticize us from a position of nothingness, from a position of do nothing, from the position of pure judgment, from a position of ego. Because Africans can be egotistical. We have issues too. We ain't perfect. We're not omnipotent creatures that do everything right and it's just white people is wrong. We bad too. There's a lot of bad shit happening in Africa. There's a lot of bad shit happening in Africa. The African Americans who are currently in Africa and are currently judging Africa based off its performance are still not saying, out of just respect and love and not wanting to add to the white propaganda. And y'all know it. Y'all know it. But everybody know our dirt. We ain't got shit to hide. We can't hide nothing. African Americans can't hide nothing. You know what color our draws are. You know what color our draws are, but we don't know shit about y'all. And y'all feel very comfortable. Y'all feel very, very goddamn comfortable being in the midst of African American drama, judging us, arguing with us, monetizing on top of us without giving us anything about you. Do you think that's fair? I don't think that's fair. I do not think that's fair. We deserve something too. Give us something to talk about. Let us highlight your situations. Let us put whatever that's important to you. Let us use the power that we have, that you clearly know we have, because if we didn't have it, you wouldn't be talking about us. Let us use that power in order to bolster your message. That's how you use it. And you got to have some integrity. All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. We as black people need to start having some goddamn integrity about ourselves And we got to stop being crabs in a goddamn barrel. We are about to take over this entire planet. Do you understand? Black people are poised to take over this entire planet. We're taking over all institutions. We're going to be in every one of these goddamn countries. All these Asian countries, Europe. We're taking over all this shit. Next couple hundred years, these are the centuries of the African to take back all that belongs to us. It's time for us to get our shit together. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.